All right, so the Warriors' preseason success continues as they are victorious over the Lakers. It's preseason, but as NBA rosters are small, they were still able to fit in guys that usually play and get the victory by 7. And, really, that really good second quarter was kind of the X factor in that. They had a good second and third quarter, which was good to see. And, the story of this preseason so far has really been Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is averaging 25 points per game through 3 games. The Warriors are obviously 3-0 on the preseason. And a lot of people are saying he is the third Splash Brother, the newest Splash Brother. And I think it's a little early to say that, but I think that definitely could be valid. Like with the way this guy is playing, although it is preseason, it's very impressive. And even last year, he was pretty good. It's just he didn't have as much of opportunity because the Warriors' guards were just very. There was a plethora of them, and now it's different. But yeah, Curry actually was the leading scorer with 30 points, so that was good to see. But obviously, Poole not much far behind him with 28. But yeah, Moses Moody actually had 10 points off the bench, which was cool to see. Obviously, a rookie in this year's draft. So that was good to see for sure. And also, good play off the bench from Juan Toscano. Damian Lee, Avery Bradley, a lot of these just younger guys or veterans like, Avery Bradley are just playing good. Langston Galloway with 5, Chris Chioza. I mean, everyone's contributing, and that's what I like, although it is preseason. Otto Porter's been playing great, too, with 9 points for him. He actually was in the starting lineup. Draymond, had some good assists and stuff like that. Not really, last year he didn't really score that much, and that's kind of how it's showing now. He's not really being a scorer, which is totally fine. I mean, as long as he's getting assists, that's all right. Lakers, LeBron didn't really play that much. That's kind of leads to my point that preseason isn't really all too important. He played about half the game with 18 minutes. Actually, a lot less than half, but, close. He had 9 points. The leading scorer for the Lakers, kind of funny, was Dwight Howard. You wouldn't really expect that, but yeah, he was off the bench. This was our first time seeing Russell Westbrook in a Laker uniform really playing. DeAndre Jordan had 10 points. Bazemore, the former Warrior, had 11 points. Talen Horton-Tucker had 17. But yeah, the Warriors just played well. Their 3-point percentage, not super high, but they still are making a lot of threes. And I honestly don't really think 3-point percentage is all too important as long as you're making more threes than the other team, which was the case. They made 7 more threes than Los Angeles. And if you put that in perspective, that's 21 extra points. So that's definitely important. They also had, a slightly better field goal percentage than the Lakers, but they also had a lot more field goals. 5 more. That's, that could be in range from 10 to 15 points right there. Free throw percentage pretty good. The Warriors just played good. I think the defense was great. Curry had some steals. Russell Westbrook had 7 turnovers, and, he's usually a pretty precise player. So to allow that is pretty good. We're approaching the end of the preseason. This is pretty much a dress rehearsal, as we're going to have 2 more preseason games before we actually hit the real thing. And we're going to play 1 game on the road against the Lakers and 1 at home against the Blazers for our final 2 preseason before we open up the season against the Lakers. So I think it's good we're playing the Lakers twice now to kind of get a semi-accurate representation of, what it'll look like. It was technically a comeback effort for the Lakers. They had a pretty good fourth quarter, but it was cut short as the Warriors, kind of clutched up. But yeah, I think it was cool to see, LeBron face off against Curry. And even though it is preseason, it is still cool. I actually was, pretty close to where this happened, this game. I was in San Francisco, coincidentally, where the Giants were too. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, I think this is good. Being 3-0 in the preseason, it's not beneficial, but it doesn't hurt. I'll take it for sure. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. 121-114 final. Warriors get the victory in the preseason. See you guys later, and yeah, go Warriors.